The NFL community was blindsided by the devastating news of Kyren Lacy's death, which appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. From Jamar Chase to Jaden Daniels to Dak Prescott, players across the league paused everything. They shared memories. They offered prayers. They grieved loudly, publicly, and with heavy hearts.
It broke his heart because, that's his brother.
For teammates who stood by him through the storm of his hit-and-run murder case, this loss cuts deeper than most. But one post in particular left everyone stunned, because when Amic Robertson shared that text, it hit harder than any tackle. In this video, we're breaking down the raw reactions, emotional tributes, and what they reveal about Kyren Lacy's life and final days. Jaden Daniels' reaction. Jaden Daniels, the Washington Commanders quarterback and former LSU teammate of Kyren Lacy, was perhaps the most visibly affected by the news. The two shared a special bond during their time together at LSU in the 2022 and 2023 seasons, with Daniels throwing numerous touchdowns to Lacy, including what would be their final connection, a 15-yard touchdown pass in the waning minutes of a 42-30 victory over Texas A&M on November 25, 2023, as reported by Outkick. Upon learning of Lacy's passing, Daniels was reportedly devastated and broken to pieces, according to sources. His response was not a single post or statement, but rather what was described as a long and emotional outpouring that reflected the depth of their friendship both on and off the field. Daniels took to Instagram to share his grief, posting approximately 15 to 20 stories filled with photos, videos, and heartfelt messages. Among these was a picture of him hugging Lacy, accompanied by heartbreak emojis, symbolizing the profound sense of loss he was experiencing. In one particularly poignant video chat that Daniels shared, we can see Lacy's excitement for both Daniels and New York Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors during what appears to be draft day celebrations. In the video, we hear an exchange between the two friends.
Love you, brother. No, we talked about this.
Shit, dream, brother. You next, though.
And continuing.
Love you, brother.
Love you too.
In another clip, Daniel shared a moment where Lacy discussed catching what would be their final touchdown pass together. The written messages accompanying these memories revealed the depth of their connection. "It was your turn next, bro, and till next time, Bruda, we're gonna hold it down for you," Daniels wrote, highlighting their shared dreams and his belief in Lacy's NFL future. Daniels also shared more intimate reflections about their relationship, writing, "It was always us four, no matter what," referring to their tight-knit group of teammates. He added, "We was frontline every time. Love you, brother, for real," emphasizing their unity and brotherhood. In other posts, Daniel spoke to Lacy's character and their mutual support, saying, "Always believed in you, always was there when you needed and vice versa, and you always brought that energy and positivity no matter what, a real one." These statements paint a picture of Lacy as not just a talented athlete, but a positive force in the lives of those around him. Perhaps most poignantly, Daniels expressed hope that Lacy would live your dreams through us, indicating a sense of carrying forward his friend's aspirations. This sentiment speaks to the way athletes often honor their fallen teammates by playing not just for themselves, but for those who can no longer take the field. Daniel's tribute stands as a testament to the strong bonds formed in collegiate athletics and the profound impact that teammates can have on each other's lives. His raw, unfiltered grief, shared so publicly, reminds us that behind the helmets and jerseys are human beings with deep emotional connections, dreams, and vulnerabilities. Odell Beckham Jr. S reaction. Odell Beckham Jr., a former LSU star and currently an NFL free agent, also mourned the loss of Kyren Lacy, though their connection came through their shared alma mater rather than as direct teammates. Despite not playing together at LSU, Beckham Jr. was at LSU from 2011 to 2013, well before Lacy joined the program. The bond of the LSU brotherhood clearly transcended time. On April 13th, 2025, the day after Lacy's passing, Beckham Jr. took to his Instagram story to pay tribute. According to Us Weekly, he posted a simple yet powerful message stating, "Rest easy, lil bro," accompanied by a dove emoji, symbolizing peace for the departed soul. The choice of words, lil bro, speaks volumes about the familial nature of relationships within college football programs, where former players often take on mentorship roles with current ones, regardless of whether they ever shared a locker room. It suggests a connection that, while perhaps not as direct as that between Lacy and his actual teammates, was nonetheless meaningful. In addition to this written message, Beckham Jr. shared a candid photo of himself and Lacy posing together in a locker room. As described by Sportskeeda, the image showed Beckham Jr. smiling while Lacy wore a Nuntu diamond chain. This visual representation of their relationship captures a moment of camaraderie and mutual respect between two generations of LSU receivers. The timing of Beckham Jr.'s tribute coming so quickly after the news broke suggests an immediate and heartfelt response to the tragedy. By choosing Instagram stories as his platform for this message, a format that disappears after 24 hours, Beckham Jr. opted for a more ephemeral yet intimate form form of public mourning. What adds a layer of poignancy to Beckham Jr. Damais's tribute is the mentorship relationship that appears to have existed between them. A 2024 article from NOLA.com noted Lacy's interaction with Beckham Jr. before a game-winning touchdown, suggesting that the NFL star had been a source of inspiration and guidance for the younger receiver. Jamar Chase's reaction. Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase, another former LSU star, joined the chorus of voices expressing grief over Kyren Lacy's passing. Like Odell Beckham Jr., Chase did not overlap with Lacy at LSU. Chase left after the 2019 season, while Lacy joined in 2022, but the shared connection to the Tigers football program prompted a public acknowledgement of the loss. On April 13, 2025, at 8:28 PDT, Chase posted a concise but heartfelt message on X, stating simply, "Damn Rip Lacy." While brief, this statement reflects the immediate shock and sadness that often accompanies the news of a sudden death, particularly of someone so young. This type of response is not uncommon among athletes who may not know each other personally, but feel connected through their shared experiences in a particular program or sport. Chase's reaction was part of a broader response from former LSU players, demonstrating the far-reaching impact of Lacy's death within the LSU football community. The timing of his post, coming shortly after the news broke, indicates a prompt desire to publicly acknowledge the tragedy. Chase's status as one of the NFL's premier wide receivers gives his public condolence additional visibility, helping to amplify awareness of Lacy's passing and the circumstances surrounding it. As US Magazine reported, Chase's tribute was mentioned alongside those from other sporting figures, contributing to the collective narrative of loss and remembrance. Dak Prescott's reaction. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott's response to Kyren Lacy's death stands out for its focus on mental health awareness, a cause that has personal significance for Prescott following his own experiences with grief and depression. Like others who responded, Prescott's connection to Lacy came through their shared association with LSU football, though they did not play together. Prescott was at LSU from 2013 to 2015, while Lacy joined much later. On April 13, 2025, Prescott shared a powerful message on his Instagram story that went beyond simple condolences. According to the Dallas News, he posted, "Please ask for help. It doesn't have to end that way," followed by, "It takes all of us." This message carries particular weight coming from Prescott, who has been open about his own mental health struggles, especially after losing his brother Jace to suicide in 2020. His call for people to ask for help reflects his personal understanding of how critical support systems are during times of crisis. Prescott's tribute aligns with the message shared by Lacy's father, Kenny Lacy, who posted on social media emphasizing mental health awareness, stating, "Young parents, start talking to your kids at a very early age and make sure they are confident and comfortable confiding in you. Mental health is real, and for the most part, it's invisible. Don't ignore the signs, even if they may seem small." This parallel suggests that Prescott's focus on mental health was not only appropriate, but deeply resonant with those closest to Lacy. Amic Robertson's reaction. Detroit Lions cornerback. Amic Robertson's tribute to Kyren Lacy stands apart for its deeply personal nature, revealing a close relationship that extended far beyond the football field. Unlike some of the other NFL players who reacted to Lacy's passing, Robertson shared a hometown connection with Lacy. Both hailed from Thibodaux, Louisiana, creating a bond that preceded their football careers. In the aftermath of Lacy's death, Robertson took to Instagram to share his grief. According to Us Weekly, he posted a photo of Lacy in his LSU uniform along with the messages, "Forever 2 inches and take your rest, lil bro," expressions that convey both remembrance and a wish for peace. What makes Robertson's tribute particularly poignant is his decision to share screenshots of their last text exchanges, providing a window into their relationship and revealing Robertson's supportive role during Lacy's legal challenges. These texts, dated around January 11, 2025, shortly after Lacy's arrest for the fatal car crash, show Robertson offering encouragement and perspective during a difficult time. "I need you to trust the process and put it in God's hands. I know this is a tough time, but my faith high," Robertson wrote to Lacy. He continued with wisdom that acknowledged the complexity of the situation. "But if you are in the wrong, everyone makes mistakes. It's all a learning process. Keep faith, Brody. I'm always here, right or wrong." Perhaps most moving was Robertson's request to Lacy. "Promise me to keep your head on, bro. That's all I ask. Don't get discouraged by nothing." To this, Lacy had responded positively, saying, "All love, brother," and later promising, "I promise, big bro. We gonna talk in person," followed by a heart emoji. A more recent exchange from March 26, 2025, around the time of LSU's pro day showed Lacy texting Robertson, "Appreciate that, bro, needed to hear that. They gon' feel us." Robertson had replied simply, "You know it," further illustrating their supportive dynamic and ongoing communication. The decision to share these private exchanges publicly speaks to Robertson's desire to highlight the person Lacy was beyond the headlines about his legal troubles and tragic death. As Sports Illustrated reported, Robertson was trying to help Lacy through his difficulties, encouraging him to keep the faith and not get discouraged despite the serious charges he faced. The timing of these texts, with the first exchange occurring shortly after Lacy's arrest and the second happening just weeks before his death, creates a heartbreaking narrative arc. Robertson was actively supporting his friend through a crisis, only to ultimately lose him to what appears to have been the overwhelming pressure of that same situation. Angel Reese's reaction. Angel Reese, a former LSU basketball star and current WNBA player with the Chicago Sky, added her voice to the outpouring of grief following Kyren Lacy's death. Though representing a different sport at LSU, Reese's time at the university overlapped with Lacy's from 2022 to 2024, creating a connection through their shared Tiger community. On April 13, 2025, the day after Lacy's passing, Reese posted a direct tribute on X, stating simply, "R.I.P. Kyren, so sad, man." This concise message reflected the immediate shock and sadness felt throughout the LSU athletic community, regardless of sport. What distinguished Reese's response from many others was her additional focus on mental health awareness. Recognizing the sensitive nature of Lacy's passing, reported as a suicide amid legal troubles, Reese used her substantial platform to advocate for mental well-being and support. Reese shared several thoughtful Instagram posts emphasizing the importance of checking on loved ones, even those who appear to be doing well. One particularly poignant message read, "Sometimes they're doing okay, and sometimes it's just nice to know you are loved. We often get caught up in our own lives and forget to show love and appreciation for those who have been there for us." Reese didn't stop there. She also posted a list of 9 specific groups of people who deserve special attention when it comes to mental health check-ins, including those who never ask for help, always seem happy, and come across as strong. Reese also shared broader messages of encouragement, such as, "IDK who needs to hear this, but keep going. You got this." These words of affirmation, coming in the wake of Lacy's death, served as both a tribute to him and a lifeline to others who might be struggling silently. What makes Reese's tribute particularly significant is how it bridges different sports within the LSU community. While football and basketball operate in separate spheres, her response demonstrates how a university's athletic programs can function as an extended family, with members supporting each other across sport boundaries during times of crisis. Though there's no evidence of a close personal friendship between Reese and Lacy, her heartfelt reaction shows how shared institutional identity creates meaningful connections. As reported by Clutch Points, her response was part of a broader community reaction that transcended immediate teammates or position groups. Reese's mental health focus also aligns with statements from Lacy's father, Kenny Lacy, who emphasized the importance of mental health awareness following his son's death. This parallel suggests that her message was both timely and aligned with the family's own concerns, adding another layer of significance to her public statements. Rontrell Sandoff's reaction. While not an NFL player, Rontrell Sandoff's response to Kyren Lacy's death deserves special attention due to their deep personal connection. Sandoff, a basketball player who attended Thibodeau High School with Lacy, shared one of the most emotionally raw tributes following the tragic news of his close friend's passing. On April 13, 2025, Sandoff took to Instagram to express his profound grief, posting a carousel of photos and videos of Lacy, accompanied by a caption that revealed the depth of their friendship. As reported by People.com, Sandoff began his tribute with words that captured the disbelief many feel in the immediate aftermath of sudden loss. "I'm so lost for words, I'm speechless. I went to sleep 4 times and woke up to see if that was a dream," Sandoff wrote, revealing how he repeatedly hoped this reality might somehow be undone. What makes Sandoff's tribute particularly poignant is how it highlights the shared dreams and aspirations that connected him and Lacy. He wrote, "The dreams we had started to kick in, you making it to the NFL and me playing ball overseas. Our dreams were coming to reality." These words paint a picture of 2 young men from the same hometown who had mapped out parallel paths to success in their respective sports, dreams that were on the verge of fulfillment before tragedy struck. Sandoff's post also revealed the supportive nature of their friendship. "I promise I tell you this every day. I prayed for your career, your health, everything, every time I laid my head on that pillow at night." This statement suggests a relationship characterized by constant encouragement and genuine investment in each other's success, a bond that extended far beyond casual friendship. According to Us Weekly, Sandoff Sandoff also shared more intimate reflections about their shared experiences, writing, all the talks, all the tears, everything. You know God had us. We protected every day we wake up and go to sleep. I promise I tell you this every day. These words hint at challenges they faced together, suggesting that their bond was forged and strengthened through both triumphs and difficulties. One of the most heart-wrenching aspects of Sandoff's tribute was his expression of confusion and abandonment. As reported by the Daily Mail, he questioned, 2. Why would you leave me, bro? This simple question encapsulates the bewilderment that often accompanies sudden loss, particularly when suicide is suspected. Sandoff's tribute, with its raw emotion and detailed memories, provides a different perspective on Lacy than those shared by his football connections. While teammates and fellow athletes often focused on Lacy's talents on the field or their shared experiences in the locker room, Sandoff's post reveals Lacy as a friend, a confidant, and a young man with dreams beyond football. Their relationship, rooted in hometown connection rather than athletic association, shows another dimension of the community impacted by Lacy's passing. Kyler Murray's reaction. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray's response to Kyren Lacy's death stands out for its nuanced acknowledgement of the tragedy's complexity. Unlike some of the other NFL players who shared tributes, Murray had no direct connection to Lacy through LSU or hometown ties, yet he felt compelled to speak to the profound loss experienced by multiple families. On April 13, 2025, Murray posted a thoughtful message on X that addressed not only Lacy's passing, but also remembered the victim of the December 2024 car crash that led to Lacy's legal troubles. As reported by Yardbarker, Murray wrote, "One of the saddest stories all around, man. R.I.P. to Kyren Lacy. My thoughts and prayers are with his family and the LSU community. I also want to extend my condolences to Herman Hall and his family. Everyone lost in this scenario. Hug your loved ones tight. Tomorrow isn't promised." Murray's inclusion of Herman Hall, the 78-year-old man who died in the December 2024 crash that led to Lacy's charges, demonstrates a remarkable level of empathy and awareness. While most tributes naturally focused solely on Lacy's passing, Murray recognized that this story involved multiple tragedies and multiple grieving families. As Sportskeeda noted, Murray's characterization of Lacy's story as one of the saddest stories all around speaks to the multi-layered nature of the tragedy. A promising young athlete facing serious legal consequences, apparently taking his own life just before his scheduled court appearance, leaving both his family and the family of the accident victim to grapple with profound loss. The timing of Murray's post, coming shortly after the news of Lacy's death broke, indicates an immediate and thoughtful response rather than a delayed or calculated statement. This suggests genuine concern and reflection about the circumstances surrounding Lacy's passing. The absence of any personal connection between Murray and Lacy makes his comprehensive response all the more noteworthy. Rather than offering generic condolences or remaining silent on a matter that didn't directly involve him, Murray chose to engage thoughtfully with the full scope of the tragedy, honoring both Lacy and Hall in the process. Xavier Worthy's reaction. Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy's response to Kyren Lacy's death, while brief, added an important voice to the conversation on mental health awareness that emerged following the tragedy. Worthy, a first-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft from the University of Texas, represents a different segment of the football community than those with direct LSU connections. On April 13, 2025, the same day news of Lacy's passing spread throughout the sports world, Worthy took to X to share a simple yet powerful message: check on your loved ones. This succinct statement, while not directly mentioning Lacy by name, appears clearly connected to the tragic circumstances of the young receiver's death, particularly given its timing. The brevity of Worthy's message speaks volumes in its own way, rather than offering specific memories or personal reflections, which would be unexpected given no evidence of a close relationship between the two receivers. Worthy chose to focus on a broader call to action that addresses the underlying issues surrounding mental health and suicide prevention. Worthy's message comes from a different perspective than many of the other tributes we've examined. As a fellow wide receiver, but one without direct LSU or hometown connections to Lacy, his reaction represents the broader football fraternity, the sense that all players, regardless of team or background, share a fundamental connection through their sport and experiences. Russell Wilson's reaction. Denver Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson joined the collective voice of NFL players paying tribute to Kyren Lacy following his tragic passing. Like Kyler Murray, Wilson had no direct connection to Lacy through LSU or hometown ties, yet he felt moved to offer public condolences, demonstrating the sense of community that exists among football players at all levels. According to Sportskeeda, Wilson shared a tribute that echoed the sentiment expressed by Murray, stating, "One of the saddest stories all around, man. R.I.P. to Kyren Lacy. My thoughts and prayers are with his family and the LSU community." Wilson's description of Lacy's story as one of the saddest stories all around acknowledges the complex and tragic nature of the situation. Like Murray, Wilson recognizes that Lacy's death represents more than just the loss of a talented athlete. It's a human tragedy with multiple dimensions, including the legal troubles that preceded it and the immense pressure Lacy was facing. In the context of other reactions to Lacy's death, Wilson's tribute may be less personal than those from former teammates or hometown friends, but it carries the weight of recognition from an established NFL star. Such acknowledgments help to ensure that Lacy's passing is noted beyond his immediate circle, underscoring the impact that even a young athlete yet to reach the professional level can have on the sports community. Though brief, Wilson's message contributes to the collective mourning process that helps communities process and honor their losses. In a sports culture where mental health awareness is increasingly emphasized, such public acknowledgments of tragedy can also serve to normalize conversations about the pressures athletes face and the importance of support systems. As the football community continues to process this loss, these tributes serve as reminders of both the fragility of life and the strength of the bonds formed through sports. They demonstrate how athletes use their platforms not just for self-promotion, but for community building, awareness raising, and collective healing. Kyren Lacy's journey ended far too soon, at just 24 years old, but the outpouring of grief and remembrance from across the football world ensures that his impact extends beyond his time on the field. Through the words of these NFL players and many others who shared their thoughts and memories, Lacy's spirit lives on, not defined by his final struggles, but remembered for the talent, energy, and brotherhood he brought to those around him. If you enjoyed this video, click on one of the cards on your screen to see more videos like this.